Revelation, the fall of man. In the age of primordial energy, when the universe was still young, God, the Almighty, cast a light into the dark void of the cosmos, a radiant glow in the emptiness. Heaven and earth were created, the tempestuous seas, the twinkling stars in the sky. He formed Adam from the dust of the ground, breathed life into him, and granted him a soul, breath, and strength. Soon after, from Adam's rib, God created Eve, as beautiful and pure as the moon's reflection on the tranquil waters. He placed them in the pure Garden of Eden, a place overflowing with life, where fruit-laden branches bore sweet gifts, a source of eternal sustenance. But in the midst of the garden stood a mysterious tree, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. God declared, "You may eat from any tree in this garden, but not from this one. For if you do, you will know pain and death." Time passed, and Adam and Eve lived in peace. But in heaven, a being had already succumbed to the corruption of prime stone, Lucifer, one of God's first archangels. Possessing intelligence, wisdom, magic, and power beyond most angels, he shone like the morning star, like the most resplendent jewel, yet darkness had seeped into his soul, leading to his downfall. One day, in the Garden of Eden, amidst the lush green leaves, a serpent with eyes ablaze like hellfire coiled around the forbidden tree. It was Lucifer himself, having taken the form of a serpent to execute his scheme. He whispered to Eve, his voice gentle yet laced with enchantment. "Oh, beautiful Eve, why do you not eat this fruit?" Eve looked up at the serpent, her eyes shimmering with innocence. "Because God has warned us that if we eat it, we shall die." Lucifer smiled softly, circling her like a shadow. "No, Eve. This fruit does not bring death, it brings wisdom. God does not want you to become like him, knowing both good and evil. If you eat it, your eyes will be opened, and you shall become divine." Curiosity and the desire for knowledge crept into Eve's mind. She gazed at the luscious red fruit, reached out, and took a bite. A flicker of dark light passed through her eyes, and at once, she became aware of her own nakedness. Eve handed the fruit to Adam. At first, he hesitated, but seeing the strange new understanding in Eve's eyes, he, too, took a bite. Thunder roared across the heavens. The earth trembled. A voice, filled with both divine authority and deep sorrow, echoed. "Adam, Eve, what have you done?" God appeared in radiant light, his eyes carrying infinite mercy yet boundless disappointment. Their innocence was lost, they had come to know sin. Still in serpent form, Lucifer slithered up a tall tree nearby, watching it all unfold with a knowing smirk. He had succeeded, not in destruction, but in leading Adam and Eve to make the same choice he once did, to fall, to be tainted by darkness, to abandon purity. But God, in his boundless grace, had foreseen it all. Though heartbroken, he cast Adam and Eve out of the Garden of Eden, sentencing them to a new fate, to toil for survival, to bear children in pain, and, in the end, to return to dust. Yet, he also gave them a promise: one day, a Savior would come, bringing redemption to their descendants. From afar, Lucifer vanished into the darkness. He knew, the battle between light and shadow was far from over. Please hit the subscribe button to support the dawn of revelation in continuing to research and write more stories about revelation. Thank you all.